Now, it has been quite a whirlwind last few months for former India cricketer Gautam Gambhir, culminating with Kolkata franchise winning the Indian Premier League, a franchise he had once captained and of course then mentored this year. And he may be taking a bit of a break with his family, but this is just the calm before the storm. He's only preparing himself for one of the most grueling roles in Indian cricket, that of head coach of the men's national squad. Gautam Gambhir reportedly gave an interview via Zoom recently to the BCCI, and if sources are to be believed, then Gautam Gambhir will be announced as the new head coach weeks from now. He was not the only one who was interviewed. Former India cricketer and coach of the women's team in the past, Rupha Ramani, was also interviewed. But it all does seem to be pointing towards Gautam Gambhir, and with that, Indian cricket will head into the next era. There will be most certainly a shift in vision, and the re-entry of Gautam Gambhir as coach will herald a new phase for Indian cricket. Any change at the helm, whether it's a coach or a captain, will bring in a different approach. It always does. We saw that with Sourav Ganguly in the past. He ushered in a phase of fearless cricket, blooding in youngsters. Many of them pledged their loyalty to the other. He got in batters who defined the concept of finishers, Yuvraj Singh and MS Dhoni, a key profile in cricket today. Then there was, of course, MS Dhoni himself. The captain set the tone for the next decade of Indian cricket. These are strong-minded leaders with singular focus, leaders who infused the entire outfit with their thoughts and their vision. The team became a reflection of their personalities, as is the case with these larger-than-life leaders. So what changes can we expect from Gambhir taking charge? Now, for one, there will be a sense of complete autonomy. As was seen in the Kolkata IPL franchise, Gambhir set the tone for the dressing room, set the tone for his outfit, and he would want the same thing here at the national side too. There can be no other way with him. He will come on board only if that condition is accepted unconditionally. Then, of course, comes the way he functions. He has a different hand when it comes to seniors and juniors in the side. The way he interacted or worked with veterans like Andre Russell and Sunil Narine, for example, was not the way he worked with an Indian cricketer Rinku Singh and the younger lot. That was the Kolkata setup. It was already in place when he took charge. So he molded that to fit his vision. In the Indian setup too, it will be mostly that, a few seniors and a bunch of relatively younger cricketers. So Gambhir essentially will have the long rope to shape this team the way he wants it to. Everyone will be keenly looking at the synergy, especially between Virat Kohli and Gautam Gambhir. Because just last year, the two were something like this. You could not think of a room with these two in it and no friction or fire. And then this year, it turned to this. All smiles, a sense of polite decorum, and they will need to carry this energy forward till the time the two exist in one dressing room. Because let's face it, Virat Kohli is a superstar, the biggest star in that Indian locker room, and Gambhir may not have reached that kind of stardom as a cricketer during his playing days, but as a coach, he comes with boss vibes. And he's earned that. His resume shows that. His demeanor and his cricketing brain are proof of that. So this will be a key relationship to crack because it is a delicate stage that Virat Kohli's career sits in. He's in that last phase, and as it goes in Indian cricket, the legacy almost always precedes the performance. Then there is Rohit Sharma as well. So handling some of the personalities in the dressing room will be a task. Then, of course, comes the captain and the team. Now, we know Rohit Sharma is captain now, but there has to be a vision for the future, the next Indian captain. Who will that be? Especially for the World Cups. A new coach and a new captain will work well in setting the tone for the team for the next few years and working towards a series of common goals that the two will decide upon. Now, we know Rohit Sharma will eventually give up his reins up, at least in the shorter formats. So who are the contenders to take over as captain? Despite a horrid run at the Indian Premier League, Hardik Pandya is still a candidate, a front runner. And that just might work in this scenario. He's someone who needs a strong mentor, like he had Ashish Nehra in the Gujarat Titans outfit. So Gautam Gambhir would fit that picture well. He's a hands-on coach, like we saw at the Kolkata camp. And a new young captain will only grow under his guidance. Then, of course, there is Shreyas Iyer. Yes, he seems to be a tad out of favor with the system, but you cannot shut out performers. And yes, to get to being a captain, you have to perform. Shreyas Iyer anyway is a long shot contender, but there seems to be little choices when it comes to team leaders in white ball formats. If Rohit does step aside from the longer formats, from Test captaincy too later, I can think of no other than Jasprit Bumrah to fit that role as the captain to take India ahead to its next phase of Test cricket. Alongside Gautam Gambhir, and I specifically talk of two separate captains in the different formats because that is one thing Gambhir reportedly is keen on. Two separate squads, one for white ball cricket, the shorter formats, and the other red ball, which most definitely would mean two separate captains. A theory India never fully embraced, kind of flirted with it. They were forced to briefly just before MS Dhoni retired completely. But even so, it's a concept that has not entirely been enforced, unlike some of the other teams like South Africa, England, and of course Australia too. So I can think of many changes that is waiting to unfold with the Gambhir era. Gambhir is tactically sharp, he loves to win, and with India yet to win an ICC title for over a decade now, the last one had Gambhir in the ranks, 2011. Maybe this is the kind of coach they are looking for. He is no Gary Kirsten or Stephen Fleming. He cannot be in the background. He is in your face. But as we saw in the Kolkata setup, he let the players shine, take the spotlight in the win. This is a new and improved Gambhir, not the hot-headed but talented cricketer that we've seen so much of. He's brazen yet calculated, and that's the kind of ideology we can expect Indian cricket to take shape under his reign.
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global south. Join me every weekday live on Firstpost.